Why Annamalai sacrificed the BJP for his real mission. This guy was the biggest political star his party had ever seen in the state. People literally called him a Singham, the lion. He is a former top cop who walked away from an amazing career to get into politics, and he promised to burn the entire world system to the ground. But what happens when you take a lion, born to hunt, and lock him in a cage of political deals? What happens when a man's mission is so big it crashes heads on with the exact party that made him famous? This is not just another boring political story, this is an ideological war. It's a fight for the actual soul of the political party in a place that has said no to it for over 50 years. This is the insane story of K. Annamalai and why he had to sacrifice his party master plan to chase his real ultimate mission. A former top cop known as a political Singham just did the unthinkable. On June 5th, 2026, K. Annamalai literally walked away from the Bharatiya Janata Party. But this wasn't some random rage quit. This was the epic climax of the massive ideology war that has been building for months. We are about to show you the exact moments the BJP had to choose between its national strategy and its biggest star, and why Annamalai believes sacrificing the party was the only way to win his true mission. To get why this is so crazy, you first need to understand who this guy is. Before the politics, there was the police uniform. Kuppusamy Annamalai wasn't just a random cop, he was a top-tier IPS officer known for being completely fearless. His fans called him Singham after the famous and heroic movie Cop. This wasn't just a nickname, he earned it on the streets. Everyone saw him as clean and impossible to corrupt, which made people love him, but made the old school powerful people furious. In May 2019, he did something nobody expected. He quit the Indian police service. He said he wanted to serve people in a bigger way and fix the broken system from the inside. A little while later, in August 2020, he joined the BJP, a party that had been trying to unfurling for decades to become a big deal in the region. Almost overnight, Annamalai became the face of the BJP in Tamil Nadu. He was young, he was intense, and most importantly, he was aggressive. He didn't talk like a boring politician from Delhi. He talked like a fighter, directly attacking the two political giants of the Tamil Nadu, the DMK and the AIADMK. He called them out for what he said was decades of the corruption and family rule, something the party had never really done so loudly. His energy was insane. The party members who were pretty quiet before were suddenly fired up. Then he launched the Mann Makkal Yatra, My Land, My People. This wasn't just a tour, it was a political hurricane that hits all 234 constituencies in the state. Annamalai walked everywhere, pulling in huge crowds and connecting with thousands of people, especially young people who were sick of the old political games. His speeches were powerful and a ton of people who wanted to a clean leader started listening. The BJP vote share went way up, and for the first time ever, the party felt like a real player. Annamalai hadn't just joined the BJP, he turned it into a reflection of himself, bold and super nationalist. But this crazy fast rise was hiding a giant problem. The same exact aggression that made Annamalai a star in Tamil Nadu put him in a direct fight with his own party nationalist strategy. For literally decades, politics in this state has been a battle between two mega parties, the ADMK and the AIADMK. For a national party like the BJP, breaking in has been almost impossible. So the strategy was simple: team up with one of the giants. For years, their main partner was the AIADMK. This partnership let the BJP ride on the AIADMK massive voter base, giving them seats they could never win by themselves. It was a strategy based on the compromise just to survive. Annamalai saw this strategy as a complete failure. He believed that as long as the BJP was just a small sidekick to the another party, it would never have its own identity. His mission wasn't to win a few seats. It was to tear down the entire political establishment. He said the BJP had to be real alternative, not just a slightly different flavor of the same old thing. This fight became a super public. Annamalai started openly criticizing not just the ruling party, but his own ally, the AIADMK. He attacked the corruption he said was in both parties. The whole thing blew up when he made comments about legendary past leaders, including the AIADMK's founder M.G. Ramachandran and former Chief Minister J. Jalalita. To the AIADMK, this was completely unacceptable. It was a personal attack from a guy who was supposed to be on the team. The AIADMK put huge pressure on these BJP main leaders in Delhi. They were beyond angry. They saw Annamalai as a drug agent who was destroying the partnership for his own personal gain. This created the ultimate challenge. Would the BJP national bosses who cared about keeping their alliances stable side with the partner, or would they side with the state president who believed the only way to grow was to fight alone? The tension finally exploded in September 2023. The AIADMK, after being attacked by Annamalai for months, dropped a bombshell. They were officially breaking all ties with the BJP and leaving the alliances. And in their announcement, they made it 100% clear who was to blame, saying the state leadership was making unnecessary remarks about their heroes, a direct shot at Annamalai. This was it, the breaking point. The AIADMK had already the BJP to choose. Reports said they went to Delhi and demanded Annamalai be fired if the BJP wanted to alliance back. But in that moment, the national leaders chose to support Annamalai over the old ally. The gamble was on. Annamalai got the green light to go it alone. But then reality hit hard. Even though the BJP's vote share went up to 11% in the 2024 elections, they didn't win single seat. By early 2025, with another big election coming, the pressure was back. Rumors started flying that the BJP-AIADMK alliance was happening again, but the AIADMK had one condition that was non-negotiable. Annamalai could not be a face of it. In April 2025 it happened. The alliance was back and Naina Nagendran, a guy who used to be in the AIADMK, replaced Annamalai as the party president. Annamalai, the man who had supercharged the party, was pushed to the side. He was given a small role for the election but then stepped down from it, apparently because he hated the deal they made. For over a year, he stayed in the party as a regular member, but the fight was out in the open. He had fought to never compromise, only to watch his party go right back to the very alliance he hated. In his resignation letter on June 2, 2026, he said he didn't want to be problem for the leadership anymore. After some final meetings in Delhi, it was official. They tried to tame a Singham, but he refused to be caged, so he broke out. On June 5, 2026, the same day his resignation was final, Annamalai didn't just quit. He revealed his real mission, a brand new political movement called We the Leaders. In a video, he called it New Beginning for a politicians that would destroy the family-run and cult-like parties that have ruled Tamil Nadu for 50 years. The reaction was explosive. Within 24 hours of the launch, his team claimed over 1 million people had signed up to volunteer. 1 million. His goal now is to turn WTL into an official political party and compete in election. But he says WTL is more than just a party, it's whole new system. Annamalai says that national parties like the BJP can never really represent Tamil Nadu because all the big decisions are made in Delhi. He calls it a vision mismatch. He wants a new political culture with these key ideas. Conscious leadership. This is a direct shot at family politics. He even said, the Annamalai of today will be stale 20 years from now. There will be a younger, better and hungrier people who should lead. The idea is to keep things fresh and stop leaders from holding on the power to forever. Second, he pushing for community engagement, trying to get local communities to solve their own problems instead of waiting for orders from the party boss. And third, a massive focus on data-driven decision making, using technology to make government open and efficient and to get rid of the corruption that everywhere in the world systems. To make this happen, he announced a new school called APJ Abdul Kalam Center for Ethics and Politics to train a whole new generation of leaders, tech experts, professionals and young people with no political background. His mission is crystal clear. He building a regional party that is both proudly Tamil and proudly Indian, trying to end the false choice that has controlled the state politics for decades. So, Annamalai's story is at its most insane moment. He sacrificed an incredibly powerful job in a national party, a job that gave him a direct path to the top. He walked away from all the safety and power of the GN political machine to build something brand new from zero. So, was this craziest political mistake ever or an absolute genius move? His critics will say he was too ambitious and that his ego was too big for a politics. They will say he just split the vote, making it easier for his rivals to win for years. The BJP, even though they said it's no loss, just lost their most famous face in the state, which is huge blow to the plans. But his supporters see this as an act of unbelievable courage. They think he is building the first real alternative to the political establishment in 50 years. A movement not based on a family but on a clean government and holding people accountable. He's not just trying to win an election, he's trying to start a cultural revolution in politics. He sacrificed the safe strategy for a much riskier but ideological pure mission. The gamble is absolutely massive. Building a party from scratch to challenge two people-rooted political giant is like playing a video game on the hardest difficult settings. But with over 1 million people apparently joining him in the first 24 hours, his message is clear, hitting home. With Annamalai high risk, high reward strategy actually change Tamil Nadu's futures? Or did he just start a mission that's completely impossible? I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below right now, guys.